I moved to Barcelona, the idea of having a few cool beers in the sun. And learning a little bit about that Spanish. But it's pretty expensive. Not because of the beer prices, they're pretty cheap, but because after you drink them, people fucking nick your shit. I was walking down the street, just minding my own business. Then out of the blue came this fucking Somalian bicycle pirate. Looked exactly like the guy from Captain Phillips. And he was the captain that day. Took my phone, timed it right with the curb. It was pretty impressive, Pretty good bicycle skills. Of course, I was angry. But then I saw him down the road, and his like food delivery bag was tilting back and forth. That made me feel quite nice. Got this warm, fuzzy feeling in my tummy. Because I realized, obviously, he was running out of power on his phone and needed, a navigation tool to deliver the warm meal. Gotta get that 5-star review. So I respected the hustle. And it gave me like the idea that I've done some charity, right? Because without my phone, that hot meal wouldn't have been delivered, right? It was charity of the non-consensual kind. Yeah. Then another day, in Denmark we like to open beers with everything. Lighters, keys, your teeth. The keys though, in Denmark are made of metal, which in my opinion is a pretty solid material for making keys, my opinion. I brought the trend of opening beer bottles with fucking everything. Took it with me to Spain. Hola chicas, ¿qué tal? Then one day, reached down my pocket and, yeah, let's use my house key. And the fucking key snaps. So now I'm fucking homeless. And before I knew it, I'm starting to transform. A food delivery bag emerges out of my back. And this strong craving for collecting phones rise upon, or whatever you say. Yeah, and the bicycle falls out of my ass, and suddenly I'm out there just nicking phones, going complete fucking Viking, right? Yeah. Back then we looked at stars. Today we use navigation tools on a mobile device. Don't know which one I respect the most. I don't know. Yeah, bicycle pirating or doing it with ships. I don't know, but there I was nicking phones. After I came to my senses, waked up in a bush, shirtless because the delivery bag, obviously ruined my shirt. But I got this. All right, let's have another beer, right? So I go to this club, and in the club, I think, hey, let's have a smoke. So I go to the smoking lounge, start to roll a little cigarette. And this guy has a fucking joint resting behind his ear. And I thought, hey, I gave him a cigarette. Hey, maybe I could have a toke. And it's fucking lit. Very strange. Should have fucking known better. And he was more than happy to have me have a toke. Yeah. So I took a very, conservative toke, because, hey, just a little addition to my services. And this fucking thing hit me like a freight train. Suddenly I go from speaking my broken Spanish to now, I can't even speak English. It felt like Stephen Hawking's, just opposite, Well, maybe not opposite, but I could, walk. So, all right. He now wants to introduce me to his two little friends, which just happened to be randomly two very, well, at least the one of them, very attractive. Like this tight black dress, and you look, wow, you look nice. But you are aware that the situation is dangerous, right? You know that this fucker didn't pack this punch of air joint, and you're also now thinking, why did he have it behind his ear? So I can think that, but I cannot fucking form a sentence, or at least not without sounding completely retarded. So they asked me all about money, how much money, money. All right, yeah. So obviously try to explain to them how fucking poor I am, right? Because I know what they're doing, and I'm like, yeah. I also want to have my kidneys and my phone, please. Yeah. So obviously wouldn't want to go home with her. Yeah. And I was just holding on to my phone and wallet, like, so after I've explained them, shown my broken feelers that, are falling apart, and talking about, hey, my job is I'm taking phones, I'm poor, yeah. And to hammer it home, I said, I'm probably even more poor than the Spanish, like just trying to really make myself sound like a bad target, like bad return on investment, right? So, and I sold it, which was nice, all right, can have my phone, can have my wallet, that's nice. And then they turned completely. Instead of being like, well, she was very flirty, but all she talked about was money. So obviously. Now they went for like, Giddy, go the fuck home, there's no room for poor people, at least not with my skin complexion, You kind of have to be a sad existence to be accepted here, which is strange. Because they don't set criteria to culture, which is like, it's nice, there's room for everyone, I get that, all right. Yeah, just an observation, there's a lot of that kind of going on, feeling, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, pros and cons of every place, right? Yeah, so, all right, I went out of that. Any feminist on the internet? Just me? I'm one of the extreme kinds, though. I want to go all the way. Because today our kids are raised by institutions. And I don't like that. So I want to raise them, doesn't matter. And do you gonna get bored? Do you gonna no. I'm sure I'm gonna be having fun, because I've always thought that I could take my Counter-Strike to the next level. Goal number 3 is definitely in the realm of the possibilities I can achieve with my, because even without playing very structured, I'm pretty good at Counter-Strike. Yeah, so I definitely could take it to goal number 3. And you might say, hey, what about the child? What about the child? Hey, it's going to be fine. I have it down, you know. You can play Counter-Strike and watch the child, no problem. Then you say, all right, sure, like cleaning up. It's going to be fine, you know. With today's technology, it's so easy raising children, you know. And if it has a really bad day, you know, the noise cancellation headset, you know, probably just toggle the volume up a bit, you'll be fine. Yeah, so no. Like, it's gonna be fine. Don't worry about me. I have it down, you know. I'm sure. Yeah, because I'm fucking locked in, you know. I'm motivated, you know, and I think it's horrible, you know, raising the child like simultaneously, you know. Hey, full circle. I get it. And and it seems just like a, yeah. Yeah, Ross babysit. What I'm saying, ladies, is I'm ready. You know, so if you need a, you know, like a, what's it called? House husband? Or untraditional husband? Hey, you know, DM's open. Hey, I'm ready, you know. Yeah, and if you compare to everything else, right, it's pretty cheap. You know, I'm low maintenance, you know, I don't need a lot. I don't need a tennis coach. No, I don't care about tennis. Pilates, no. You know, I just need a, you know, solid gamer PC. That's fine. And hopefully also like a house with some rooms, because, you know, worst case scenario, and it really has a bad day, it throws a tantrum, right? Well, in that specific case, it would be nice to have a room to say, all right, go to your room, right? Yeah. Mm. Yeah, DM's open, you know, hit me up.